So aggressive.
I hope they caught that.
I didn't get
No,
it.
no,
No,
no.
I wish I did.
That's too much. Actually, I would have started to feel really bad too. I don't feel bad because no one knows what we're talking about anymore.
You got away with it, boys. You got away with it. And ladies.
Hello?
I think ladies tonight.
Oh, and that's what they see, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They see us.
But like delayed.
Sometimes occasionally they'll even see Maddie on the screen. Very rare.
What's up, folks?
Hello, everyone.
As usual, Lee, Lucas,
Maddie?
Matt. Matt's crazy,
Not
man.
Matt.
Sometimes he's 2 chicks. Sometimes he's 1 chick. This guy's crazy.
Honestly, I actually don't know which one it is anymore. When I edit the clips, I'm like, Maddie says, I'm like, which one is it?
Yeah.
Which one's Maddie?
Who?
You know, we've been having a tough relationship with Maddie. He's been seeing other people. It's not us.
Yeah, so Matt's not here because he has a birthday party to go to. And when he told us, he said, "Hey guys, can't do the pod on Friday because I have a birthday party to go to." There was a moment where I was like, "Whose birthday are we?" And then I was like, "Not us? Like we're not involved? It's fucked up."
Yeah, I
Why
really
is he hanging out with other
It's almost like he's got a family that's not yours.
It's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, that is whack.
Right?
I agree.
It's like a little bullshit.
Carl was bringing up how he's like, that's fucked.
Yeah. It is like that, and I don't like that.
Like, especially since, like, I even started, identifying myself as Filipino because I felt so close to Maddie. So the fact that now it's like, I did it all for nothing.
That's the problem, because it's falapping.
I converted. Oh, like the pepper.
You're falapping.
Oh.
You're not,
You're not supposed to pronounce the F. It's a jalapa. Did I say
Yeah.
F? It's a PH.
I think
Oh, it
Filipinos
is
with an F.
It
Yeah.
is an F.
That's whack, eh?
That actually is
Weird.
whack because I'm pretty sure I was really determined on it. It was being
Well,
PH.
it's a made-up language, right? It's not a real language.
Aren't all
Are
languages made up?
Well, yeah, but not invented by colonists.
You're getting too emotional for
What?
me. I'm going to start
Not
to
all
cry.
languages are invented by colonists?
Yeah.
Which one's not?
Wait, are you saying the Filipino,
Oh, hold on. I'm getting
Tagalog?
confused. I don't know if Filipinos... Yes, yeah, I think it is too. Because they use the Latin alphabet, right? They use like A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
I'm not jalapeno.
And I don't know how to say the alphabet.
And
in
it's
Filipino.
more like it's like a mix between Spanish and something else.
Yeah, because they.
Sorry, so you're saying, just on your point, made-up languages would be the not colonist languages.
It was
Those
made
are-
up by like one of the colonist rulers saying, "Hey, speak this."
So those are made-up languages, the ones enforced by the colonists.
Yeah, and like
Oh, okay.
made by some aristocrat like 500 years ago.
Because then
I
it
just
became,
wanna
It was invented, yeah.
it became its own custom
It's
dialect
like
from
Vietnamese
somewhere.
is like that too. Vietnamese was an invented language made by the French. There's some
The French.
French scientist guy that, yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
it used to be French Indochina, right?
So we can blame him
Yeah.
for,
Okay.
for the fact that after 28 years, I still don't know if it's faux or fa.
Yeah, and
Yo, so that's up for debate then.
because that's like China,
Because
right?
it's made up already.
Yeah.
So you know what?
You gotta say whatever you want.
It's foul. For now. Foul for now.
Wow.
Oh.
What if it's po? Like, what if it's not a
Like
not a
po?
PH.
po?
It's not a PH.
Po.
You want to get some po?
Po. I
Po?
like that. I would like some po.
No,
It's
po.
pronounced poo,
Po?
but it's just not palatable
Yeah.
in
The
North
little
America.
squiggly over the o is the oo instead of o. Poo.
Let's go for some poo.
You have to get that.
What'd you have
H
for
in there,
lunch
man.
today? Poo. Poo soup.
Oh, it's delicious. I love it. Yeah. The
Extra,
brisket.
yeah, extra meat.
Yeah.
Double the meat.
Yeah. No, mine was vegetarian. A lot of Brussels sprouts.
That's
Is it Brussels sprouts? No, bean sprouts. It's bean sprouts.
No tripe. No tripe.
Oh, fuck tripe. This guy loves tripe.
Yeah, every
Oh,
time we've gone for
Disgusting.
poo or whatever, I've gone tripe. Tripe and beef balls or tripe.
Is that
No,
offensive?
tripe and brisket.
Is that offensive? Us calling it poo,
No, it's not. It's
or even po?
No,
Like
because-
just butchering the
but
language.
but if it was
intentionally?
colonized, that means they can't really get offended either because it's not theirs.
But what about the colonists who invented it?
So they can get offended.
Okay.
But then technically, can you be racist to the Filipino language if you're Caucasian because Caucasians are the ones who started it?
Can you be racist to a language at all?
Yes, you can
How?
by dissing it.
Isn't that just ignorance? It's not racist.
No, it's like linguistic.
So if you make fun
Racist?
of someone's accent, so let's say I were to start impersonating a British accent, that's called linguistic discrimination, which is a type of racism, apparently. I learned this the other day.
Type of
You know what? I was hoping that
Sorry,
we're going down a rabbit hole.
Can you
as
repeat
a
all
joke.
that? I didn't track that.
So apparently if you mimic someone's accent, that's called linguistic discrimination.
Why is it discrimination?
Am I discriminating?
What if I have no ill intent?
Well, because,
What if you're just... Okay, go on.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so basically the context of it was my friend's mom went on a cruise. A guy from New York was mimicking another lady's accent from New York, and she like lost her shit on him, saying that was linguistic discrimination.
That definitely sounds like
Something that's-
sensitive
yeah.
person
Yeah.
made up bullshit.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm gonna look it up.
You know what though? I wouldn't. That would be the terminology for something like this, but I feel like it's something that a problem that doesn't exist that we're just putting slapping a title.
So
on.
do you
Yeah.
think do you think accents out of your native accent is offensive?
I guess so because you would be stereotyping. Because technically,
What if it's accurate?
No, but
What if it's just accurate?
what if it's not? Because what if I just said, "Oh, I'm doing an Australian accent," but
It was
if
just
you go to
terrible.
if you go to Perth, their dialect of Australian is not the classic Australian accent.
Or
Alright,
if you,
well,
if
you
But,
gotta
you-
be
but I
like,
say,
"Oh,
but
I'm
no, it's all of Australia. It's all of
or
Australia.
you're
Okay,
trying
there's
to
a
do an
level of
Australian
English.
accent and you do an English accent, you're like,
Yeah.
we're not English. Fucking
Governor,
Sure.
bloody hell, governor.
There might be some
we know the
ignorance there, but like,
Yeah.
what if you nail it? Like to me, I've said this before many times. The Filipino accent is the fucking best one. I love doing a Filipino.
Yeah, everyone loves it.
It's amazing.
Show Tito, you know how to dance.
Exactly right. Like, what's offensive about that? I don't
No,
know.
But-
it's
but-
great. It's hilarious.
You
I
know what the
love it.
problem always is though is that the group that's usually discriminated against is usually the group that doesn't give a shit. It's always
It's
a
true.
third party group that's always like, oh, I gotta be
Not a
the
third
warrior
party
for
group.
someone.
It's the same specific third party group every time. Woke.
mean.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Those guys. Them.
Stop.
Yeah. Those woke.
Stop,
limp
or I'll
turds.
tell you again.
I have to tell you again. I'll
Yeah,
tell
there,
your
there's
mom.
definitely some accents that nobody cares if you do them. Like English accents, nobody cares if you
Yeah.
do an English
Can you do a
accent.
patois one
Western.
right now for us, Carl?
No, I can't. Well, I can kind of.
No, I-
Wait,
no, it's
he
not-
knows where I'm going with this. So, you do an English accent, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But if you do a Chinese accent, everyone's racist.
Yes.
Like, but that's how they sound,
Did
right?
you-
Like
There's
somebody
like
who
a-
doesn't, somebody from China doesn't speak English, is not a native speaker. That's how they're gonna sound. Like,
Dude.
what's wrong with that?
There's this video of this white kid. I guess he was an orphan, and he was like adopted by a family in China. So he was born a white guy who doesn't know how to speak English, who talks in a Chinese accent. So when he moved
Wow.
back
Oh my
to
God,
in the
say,
Everyone
States,
thought
shit
he
on
when he
was-
everyone.
talked, it just sounds like he's being a racist. But he's like, this is legitimately
This is me.
this
Like,
is me
I'm
talking.
not doing it.
But you're like, this guy's mocking Asians. But it's like, dude, he was an
That's
orphan.
crazy.
Like, English is now his second language. It's like,
But
nuts.
does he also walk around with like the hat and like a button-up kung fu shirt?
Every time he greets someone.
He bows and shit.
That's so
I
on the-
guess that's.
so
I mean,
to
that's
meet you.
cultural. That is
Call it,
cultural.
Maybe sure.
Well, I'm doing Japanese now.
Yeah, you're the problem.
Yeah.
You're the problem. We're all the problem, to be honest. Dude.
No, I saw a post once that like kind of like, I was like, I never frowned upon people who had accents, but like growing up, I saw it a lot, and like a lot of people would always like when they're trying to be rude to me, they'd talk to me in like a brown accent, and I was like, I always thought it was funny because I was like, one,
Wait, what kind of brown accent? Like Indian accent?
like an Indian accent,
okay.
yeah, like an Indian accent, and
Because
then
Trini accents are hilarious.
absolutely.
I love them. No,
But-
but it's like a cool.
No, yeah.
It's a cool accent.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like
I'll be
like
judge
when
that.
people tried to insult me, like as a kid, they like talk to me in like an Indian accent and stuff, and I'm like, I would laugh because I'd be like, one, I'm not that kind of brown, so like you're not hurting me, you're hurting Patel over there, but like not me. Second, like you do a good job, like great, like whatever. But then I saw a post where it was like people who like frown upon people who can't speak English properly, because they have accents and stuff. They're like, calm down, sweetie. It's because they can speak more than one language. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, like
Fair.
you who speaks English properly, but that's it. Like
Yeah.
you're actually the
Yeah,
idiot.
you suck.
This guy speaks more than one language, so kind of shame on you.
We were talking about that on the car ride here about how the government website is so hard to navigate that people who have English as a secondary language, dude, because I'm a Canadian born and raised, and I struggle on our Canadian website, and I'm in HR, so I do that day in, day out. And I'm like, there's times where I'll go through a loop. I'll be like, oh, click this link to reach the test. You click that test. Oh, this is the link for the assessment. Then I'll send you, and you just, I'm
Yeah.
like, I see the purple link as if I clicked it already. I'm like, oh, I've been here before. It's like when you search like, do I have Alzheimer's, and all the links are clicked on before, and you're like, I've been here before. Start freaking out.
That's good. That's
Hey,
a good one.
I might have Alzheimer's, but at least I don't have Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. You know, the two main causes of Alzheimer's, or the two main ways you can tell, is memory loss, and
Yeah. Nice.
Oh my.
It's funny.
Christina,
Oh.
she was gonna diss me for taking too long. She's like, oh, this guy forgot his
She was
joke.
waiting. She was waiting.
Yeah, she was.
Waiting.
It's funny. At work the other day, we were talking. There's one of my employees. He's from Venezuela. He moved here not that long ago.
How do you like it?
Oh, so he was telling us about it, and he's like, "Yo, Venezuela's like fucked." I was like, I always knew like politically, like their political landscape was like pretty shitty, but like I didn't understand quite how violent Venezuela was. So yeah, he's like telling us about it, and I was like, holy shit! Like it makes you think, like just how spoiled we are here. Like the shit that we complain about, like really isn't anything.
Yeah.
And then this
Yeah, like
old,
people getting randomly stabbed on the TCC. That's nothing.
I mean, yeah, in comparison to Venezuela,
yeah,
yeah,
it probably
actually,
is nothing,
It is
right.
nothing. But there's this older gentleman who works with us, Canadian, classic old white guy.
Seventh generation Canadian.
Seventh generation Canadian. And I was talking about like, yeah, man, like we could like me personally, like again, I still disagree with it, but like the whole truck rally protest and Trudeau enacting the emergency act, and I was like, what the fuck? Like this is stupid. This is a dictatorship, whatever. Like that's a fucking joke compared to what's happening in Venezuela. And then the white guy, the older gentleman, he was like, yeah, I mean like, look at me, like Canadian, born and raised, like what am I complaining about? And I looked at him and I was like, I'm also born and raised Canadian. Yeah, kind of just looked like, oh. And I was like, what? And like, I wasn't offended or anything, but like, there was a moment just like, what? This was interesting.
It's like the
This is
Spider-Man
an
meme where
interesting
all the Spider-Mans are pointing at each other. He's like, oh,
Yeah.
you're also Canadian? You? What's going on?
Why don't you look like me? Why don't you look
We
like me?
don't, yeah. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Are you dying? He's dying.
One of those emotional. He doesn't know where to put the gun. He just can't deal with this
Like
anymore.
Maddie.
Yeah, exactly.
My life's a lie. I wasn't there when Tim Hortons opened up the first.
Actually, that's a good thing to talk about though. Do you identify as a Canadian first?
I do.
Do you?
I do. I was born and raised there. Mainly
Me too.
because
Me
I
too,
got sick of, like, every brown person ever, almost ever,
Doesn't call themselves Canadian.
who has ever met me, they're like, hey, where you from? And like, I know you're fishing.
Mississauga.
I know you're fishing. I'm like, I'm Canadian. They're like, nah, where are your parents from? I'm like, the Caribbean. They're like, where are their parents from? I'm like, the Caribbean. And they're like, where are their parents from? I was like, yes, I'm sure somewhere down the line I'm from India. And they're like, me too. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Because I literally have no connection.
And that's when
Yeah.
they ask for a store discount.
I feel like,
Yes.
dude, you don't have to go back that far. You don't have to go back like 500 years. You could just say like
No.
I'm from the West Indies. That's enough, no?
No.
Like my background's West Indian.
No, for some
That's
people.
not
No,
enough.
because like there's still some like Africans in West.
Well,
West Indies too, right?
I am-
Yeah, but that's the culture though. It's still the same.
Exactly, it's the culture, but like they want to hear that we're both from India. And
Oh,
well,
get outta here.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but
Like
I-
you came here last week. My family was there like 10 years.
I'm
10
guilty of
generations.
I'm guilty of the same thing. Though when I hear like a European accent, I'm like, so what's your background? They see
Polski?
European, I'm like,
Polski
where?
or Gorky.
Near me? Because my family's Polish. I don't know about you, but my family's Polish.
Yeah, I was born and raised here, but I think
You like kielbasa?
You say Portugal?
no,
You're
I,
Portuguese?
I'm Canadian first for sure, but I definitely have a strong identity as Portuguese. Yeah.
You know how it is?
Sure.
When someone in Canada asks where I'm from, I am Polish. When I'm in any other country, I'm Canadian.
Somebody
That's
at the
it.
gym asked me the
That's
other
true.
night, that new guy, some guy just came in for a trial, and I'm just sitting there chit-chatting, like, oh, it's your first night, blah, 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 yeah. And he's like, oh, where are you from? I was like, what do you mean? Like, originally,
Meadowvale.
like, my background, or here? I was like, I'm from here. Like, he's like, no, your background. Oh, okay. But he clarified, right? But, yeah, it is kind of a weird question. Like, I don't know what you're asking when you say, where are you from?
Yeah. Like sometimes like
I don't know, around the corner?
Meadowville.
Like,
Yeah. Like
10th line of
Dundas,
Dairy?
Dundas and Western Churchill, yeah. I was
Yeah.
born on Eglinton and Erin Mills Parkway, Craig Valley
Yeah.
Hospital.
You originally Burlington? I mean,
yeah. How far back are we going, buddy? Yeah. That's true. It's an interesting question.
Yeah, for, Meadowville, sometimes Erin Mills, a little bit of a...
Canadian first, but I guess Luso-Canadian or Portuguese-Canadian, whatever, however you want to say it.
Luso?
That's the official
Like pseudo?
term that most Portuguese people don't even know. But that is the official thing. Luso-Canadian.
Okay, but like what's Luso on its own?
Lusitania.
Lusitania. What the hell
What
is
is
that?
that?
That's like the original name of that part of the peninsula.
Lusitania.
Lusitania.
Like
Whoa.
I'm going to butcher the name. Mesopotamia is the...
Mesopotamia?
Yeah.
It's a different
What kind
a
of
different part of the Roman Empire, I guess.
What kind of potatoes are
Lusitania was what the Romans called it, I guess.
Oh, interesting. That's kinda cool.
What kind of potato is
Yeah,
that?
boiled or fried.
Oh, Kempo's in town.
Oh, here he is.
Let the riots
And the
begin.
communist.
Yeah. Yikes.
I know, ouch, right away.
Going
Out of
for
the
it.
gate.
I was gonna say something about that. No, I forgot what it was.
Okay, well, we're talking about
About the
Kempo.
Romans?
The last time we talked about Kempo on the podcast, we were talking about how he hunts his own meat,
Sometimes,
right?
yes.
Oh, really?
Occasionally.
I didn't even know that.
Only sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so like in terms
I
of
know
like
you were interested in it. But I didn't
Kempo,
know.
out of curiosity, you consume animal products, right, from the grocery store, like milk and stuff like that, right? Do you guys know?
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't think he does. I think he
don't
just
know.
has the cricket thing.
He does the cricket protein.
I don't know about
What's
dairy
cricket?
products.
What's cricket protein?
Well, he's
That's what he
vegetarian.
gets. Yeah, because he's. Well, I don't know. Is he vegetarian or vegan? I
Oh,
don't
vegan. I
fucking
don't know.
But isn't eating
I don't remember.
insects?
He's newfie.
It's been 3 years,
Yeah.
brother.
No, he has yeah, like cricket protein is his.
But like cricket protein, it's made of insects.
Yeah, it's
Like
made of real
crickets.
crickets.
Yo, that's actually like the best form of protein I heard.
I've heard the same.
Do you not hate it when you ask a question and someone does not get back to you with an answer? Oh, bastard.
What's
I think he's talking about me, about his kids and jits. Yeah, that's legit.
Oh.
Well, don't you hate when people don't follow up?
When people don't check up on me to see if I was okay because I didn't answer.
Yeah. What if
so I was
what if
sick?
something happened to me?
What? Okay, so the reason why I was going down that road is because did you hear about the whole milk crisis that we're having here in Canada?
No, I did not.
So there's farmers that were like starting to like expose themselves, be like, listen, guys, like we have to throw out a certain amount of milk to keep the prices high. And this guy was saying that he throws out 30,000 liters.
This was happening at the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah, but it re-released now, and it shows him. He's like, I have to pour all this out, and he was like, showing like a carton of milk. He's like, look how fast I can fill this. He like filled it, and he's like, and look how much is going out. And you just see like, it's almost like a. You ever see like those sewage tunnels where it's like you just see like water just like spraying out?
That
of
almost looks still.
That
Yeah.
that just in milk form and just like a small tube. I'm like, dude, how is that regulated? That you have to throw out a certain amount of milk because you can only produce this amount. And because you have a contract with us, you have to scrap the rest. Like to me, it's like, dude, from an economic, like that's stupid. Like I hate that logic.
It is stupid.
But you know what? Being selfish is the easiest way out, though. If you really think about it, for the great, I think it's always an easy cop out because if I want to keep profits high to make my company afloat, I use greed. I monopolize. No one else can,
Oh,
Dude,
buddy, you gotta do some research on game theory. Was that John Nash? Remember the Beautiful Mind guy?
Yeah.
That was his whole thing. It was game theory about is it really better to just go for yourself, and or is it like you have to figure out which strategy is the best for the
greater good.
not for the whole, but
The greater good.
I guess to maximize good for everybody or something like that. Yeah, I don't know.
Because
I never went to school for it, but it's pretty complicated theory because it was like.
But that's the
super
whole
genius.
thing, right? Like think about like any. I'm not trying to like keep preaching on capitalism here, but like think about a CEO who's gonna get a $5 million bonus. If he just splits his profits, and be like, you know what? I would rather just split this equally. Let's say I have 100 employees, so split it 100 ways instead, because I want the greater good for my company. My employees will be happier. It works better. They're not usually gonna say that. They're usually gonna be like, yeah, I'll take the dip. But same thing like any of us. If you offered me a 5% increase, or I can get a 1%. And 4 other people get 1% as well, I'll typically be like, I gotta take care of myself first, right? Like you could be in that mentality, but for the greater good, if everyone dispersed, like if I did that, then when they had the same option, they all did, and we all did it together. Eventually, we all win the same way. The problem is that one person takes it for themselves, and then it's unequal. It's right off the bat unequal because someone already consumed it. So even if the rest split, they're also giving this person a piece of the pie when that person already got it. So.
Yeah. I wish I had the time to actually Google this game theory because it's really interesting the way they break it up in different scenarios. There's the whole like prisoners theory or where they talk about 2 people go into the police station, you've been convicted or you've been accused of murder. Do you plea and sell out your other guy, or do you just both shut up, and you're open to this much time in jail? And but there's like a whole way of getting out the best outcome. But
but it is a game. Like ultimately, same thing. The cops are gonna intentionally try to trick you. Same thing. They're playing a game. They're gonna try to trick you to screw over your other person, which eventually reveals the truth and makes their job easier.
Yeah.
Right. Ultimately, if you both stick to your guns, you agree, then everyone plays their part. The only problem is then you have to put so much trust on another person because.
That's part of it too. So by putting that trust in the other guy, then you can open yourself up to being in a worse position.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're now offered freedom. It's like, cool, I have an out. All I have to do is expose him. But no, I don't want to. But what if I don't and the other person gets the same offer? What if he's gonna throw me on? You know, what I mean, then you have to play that game. It's a trust thing. But yeah, it's always been interesting because I've seen that too, where like there'll always be that one snitch in a group of like, let's say, criminals or something like that. It will always be like, oh, one person exposes everyone else. And I always wonder, it's like, damn, like that kind of just destroys everything you had. It's not obviously you guys are doing something wrong, so justice is justice. But if us three, let's say, committed a crime, I would like to say I wouldn't snitch. Like I wouldn't say, I would be like, yep, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Like
I think it depends on what the crime was. Legit. I think if the three of us were in cohorts to rob a place, and we had a game plan, and we had rules and morals to stick by, and then something happens, I don't know.
Something goes
but
wrong, yeah.
You shoot somebody, and then now we're going to jail for murder. I'd be like, fuck this guy. He broke the plan. Fucking lock his
Okay.
ass up. We didn't rob nothing. He just shot somebody.
Why'd you bring loaded guns if you weren't intending on shooting somebody?
He took the guy's gun and shot him. I don't know. Maybe he didn't tell me. Maybe he didn't tell me that he brought the gun. I'm like, Lucas, we weren't supposed to bring guns, man.
oh, that's fair.
And he shot
The,
the
the,
gun. Yeah,
like,
I'm like,
everything,
fuck
the
you,
whole
man.
premise has changed.
You're
Yeah,
doing
like,
something illegal that you know could be a dangerous act.
Nah, but we had
Then
like I'm down. I'll go to jail for robbery,
What if?
but I ain't going for murder.
But what if I happen to have two kids and you're both their godfather?
Well, it looks like I'm exercising my duties as a godfather.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. But at the same time, like I think that's fair too. Like if you guys have an agreement on something and it completely changes, and now they're asking you to hold up as if it never changes, like dude, but you're the one who put us now in this disposition. Like now I'm in this spot because of you.
Yeah.
Like where if we just stuck to what we agreed on, it would have been A-okay. But what if in this situation, like
It was unavoidable.
this person pointed a gun and it was like either me or them.
Yeah, then I'm still selling you up. No, I'd write it out.
Okay, so here's another hypothetical. So let's say we are out clubbing. Nashville North reopens. We decide to go down. This is a very realistic scenario now.
It's
But
gonna happen.
until the part I'm going to say, we go there, I get into a fight with someone, one punch, knock them out, they die, no one else saw. Just you and I. I'm like, yo, let's just go back inside.
100%.
Would you snitch?
No.
Damn, I'm snitching on you for not snitching. Now you're part of the fucking problem. You're toxic. Yeah. But there are people who would do that.
No, I wouldn't. In fact, I'd probably help you just like tuck the guy's body under a table or something, and we'd go and dance, have some fun.
Would we put him in resting position?
Oh, Dan.
In resting, like the recovery position?
Yeah, I'd put him in recovery position.
He's dead, and we put him in recovery. Like, is he dead on the spot?
We assume he's dead, but we're both plastered. So
Then
we
yeah,
like.
Then yeah,
Could-
I'll probably put him on his back
but
with
is
his feet
he
over his
actually
head.
dead, or you just think he's dead?
I just think he's dead. But you know what's funny? Because
Then sure.
I'm
I
the
would
kind
think
of
he's probably not
I'm the
dead.
kind of drunk person where I wouldn't be sure. I'll be like, he'd be like, there'd be like a dead guy in wrestling. Like, night, night, buddy. I'd be like, and like,
Here's the thing. I don't think it would. I don't. It's so hard in that hypothetical because I think if it actually happened and you one shot KO'd someone and we thought that they were possibly dead, I think both of us would call an ambulance.
Yeah.
Why?
Even if we
I would
did,
hope that
even
you
if we,
guys
yeah,
would.
even if we didn't think he was dead, he was out and we thought he was knocked out. I think both of us would call an ambulance and be like, "Yeah, this guy needs fucking help."
what if the
Yeah.
scenario is we're so wasted? I'm like, yo, on the count of three, we toss him over the fence. Like, 1, 2, and then we do it, and we fail the first time. It hits like the lattice part. It breaks the lattice off the top. He rolls back down.
Okay.
Okay. Would I be like? Would you do it again? I'm like, yo, we gotta try one more time.
Here's the thing: is if in this scenario we're plastered and these are actual options on the table, yeah, we're doing it. But once we get him over the fence, we call the ambulance. But like, yeah, we're gonna,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're gonna do some dumb shit.
Where's
Just
the
do an anonymous call or what? Like, hey, I need to borrow your phone, buddy.
Yeah,
Just like,
sure.
Okay.
where's
This
the
guy
bomb?
needs help. He's on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
you got in a fight over there. That's
it'd
what
be-
happened.
it'd be so
They look
funny.
at the cameras and see us fucking choking this guy.
He's like flopping down and hitting the side.
The ambulance
Try
comes.
again.
They like walk through the stretcher. Where is he? He's on the other side of the fence. How? Be like,
I saw him. I called you guys.
I think he slipped. It's like, what's with all the broken lattice? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't
I don't
work
build
here.
this shitty fence.
I don't work
It was windy in Canada. Very windy.
Yeah. Just do your job and save his life. I'm gonna go back and dance.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I'm gonna go kill it on the dance floor now.
Yeah, after I killed it out here.
Yeah.
What did you say?
My
Let
conscience
it turn
would
to a
eat
Lego
at me.
person.
I wouldn't be able to live with that.
What?
Like, just like, if that actually happened.
destroying
like,
someone else's
nightmare
lattice?
scenario.
What?
Like
Destroy-
that whole thing we were watching, you talking about Your Honor? Like,
Yeah.
that scenario,
Oh.
I would never do that. Like, I can't imagine. Even in...
Okay, we'll talk about it off air because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. You guys definitely need to watch it. But I think there's a point there that will change your mind.
Okay, I don't know. Like, I think
I said I
everything
think
they've
it will
done
change
so
your
far
mind.
is like... Everything they've done so far is like, yeah, that's not what I would do.
Really?
Yeah.
That's again. Okay, we'll talk off air.
This
I
guy-
find that very
Yeah,
interesting.
because even all the guys there were like clipping their nails, and he's like, I would clip my
Oh.
pinky one. I need that for the blow.
That's fine. Yeah. the guy's having sex with his wife. He's like, I would never do that. My
Discri-
wife's not a man.
That's like keying your own car.
Yeah. That's so good. That's so good. Keying your own car. That's great.
Speaking of agreements and disagreements on things, there's an elementary schools are starting to ban celebrating Valentine's Day at school.
Yes, I saw that.
Why?
Because it's showing equity and balance. Because not all
The
parents.
guy- Oh, that too.
So the one that I read was like, because not all parents can afford to give their kids like Valentine's Day for the kids.
Oh, is that?
And I get it, because even from you can get them from the dollar store. But to me, it's like, okay, if you can't participate, then don't participate. Like, doesn't mean you have to ruin it for everyone else who can.
I thought it was.
You know what,
this
to
was
be
just me
honest-
looking into it.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was
You
just gonna say.
started.
I thought the equity imbalance was the boys making the moves and the girls getting chocolates and shit. And being like,
Oh, really?
this is just what I gathered. I could be entirely.
But
wrong.
what's interesting
So-
to me is that I thought Valentine's Day was a great part as an elementary school kid, because like then I would interact with kids I never talked to, because I gave everyone a candy.
Player.
Like my mom would like give me like a plastic bag full of like
Yep.
dollar store shit.
I
and
always
just
thought
give
it
one
was
to each.
weird because when I was a kid, they would just get these little, the little cards that they
Yeah,
give.
little cards with
And
the candy.
you'd give one to everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you'd give one to dudes, and I always thought that was kind of weird. I remember I'd get them from like guys, and I'd be like, "Hey, why are you giving me this?"
But you know what? It's because as a
You trying to fuck?
Yeah.
You trying to fuck? Like,
It was
what's
the-
not Jimmy?
it was the
But then
same
I
as
would do
me.
it too. Like, oh shit!
I
guess
am
we
trying
gotta-
to fuck.
I guess we. I guess I gotta do this too. Like,
Open
don't look at me when
season.
I give it to you. Okay.
Yeah, but you know what though? I saw almost like a second Halloween, because like all kids
I
would
always
give it
found
to
it
everyone.
weird. I actually always
Interesting.
felt awkward on it.
I remember there were some kids who would give Valentine's to everybody, but then I remember there were like
A few that would give it to
Like-
select few.
one select few, but then also like someone would get like the big Valentine's card. Like you wouldn't get anything crazy, but like this card was like, yo, they fucking craft fucking macaroni, craft that fucking card. Like, yo, this bitch likes you.
You know what?
Shit.
Now that you're saying that though, I do see it weird because you know a parent helped do that. So the parent's intent was like, yo, I'm gonna hook up the 6-year-old with another
Yo,
6-year-old.
my boy getting it tonight.
He's gonna get a hug at recess.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. It's
He's
like
gonna
some
get-
shit like
He's
that.
gonna be it for tag first.
Yo, woo, my boy.
Yeah,
Yo.
He's gonna get 5 more minutes in recess.
Flavor. Okay.
Teacher's pet. Yeah.
You know what? It just reminded me when I was in middle school. It's funny how the little things mean so much to you when you're so inexperienced, right? Like I remember we're in middle school and one of my friends was flirting with this girl who was widely regarded as like the hot girl.
Okay, so pretend I'm the girl. Pretend you're the guy. How would you hit on me? The same way.
To be honest, I never saw them. I couldn't even tell you.
Hi.
But I just yeah, right.
Saw you had red crayons the other day.
Your shirt's pretty cool. Your shirt's pretty cool. Oh.
You got the new Crayola set from
You hear?
Scholastics.
Yo,
yeah.
you could play Green
Me
Day
too.
on your guitar? Oh, yeah, sick. That was
You're
probably
my
like
wonder wall. He's that air guitaring
that
in the
Green
recess. No, it's not.
No, okay.
I don't know. It's Oasis.
Just wake me up.
When it ends.
September.
When I end.
Okay.
Bring up when I.
But so we're on the bus one day and he's telling me, he's like, yeah, man, like I think she likes me, this and that. I'm like, sick, bro. And he's like, yo, like it'd be crazy, maybe go out this weekend, fuck, maybe she like gives me a hand job or something. And I'm like, damn, man.
How old are you?
What? Like 14.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm just like,
you were
yo.
gonna say like 8.
No, middle school. We're middle school, right? So I'm like, fuck, man, yo, that's crazy. And I think about it now, I'm like, anyone tries to give me a hand job, tell them to fuck right off. Like,
Why?
you can't do it better than me.
You don't know what you're doing.
You can't do it better than me.
You don't think so?
No.
I bet I could.
Let's find out.
Live on air.
No one's giving me a better hand job than me. No one.
You don't think so? I think.
No one. Nobody. You know what I can't do? You know what
No.
I can't do?
That's
I can't put my
undisputed.
mouth on it. Then, okay.
I've tried many times.
I can't. So,
If I could,
if it's just
I
hands,
would.
I'm
I've done
fucking
yoga
right.
for years.
No one's
still
yeah.
can't.
that's actually why I joined Jits. He's like, if I can fold people, I can fold myself.
I will it hard
I
enough.
only tap sometimes. I can't.
Does anyone?
By yourself.
Out of curiosity, does anyone like wear a mask while they roll on Jits?
A mask?
Like
Yeah,
a
just-
kink mask with a ball.
Oh no! Ball gag.
Yo, Halloween this year, we have to get some like latex BDM shit. Our coaches will fucking piss their
With a
pants.
ball gag.
Yo.
Walk in like,
Dude, no, you have to do the one that was out the ball gag where it's just like a hole in your mouth. So,
And you just use your tongue.
so you can
We
still hear the
have to.
screams.
fuck are you screaming like that? dude?
Or
What do you think?
No tapping, just screaming.
no,
If I
you,
scream, stop.
you know what you gotta do? You gotta do the whole thing where everyone sparring that day has to
Oh.
tape a harmonica to their mouth.
Yo,
So when they're breathing, you're just going off.
yo, we need to do these things. Yo, write that one down, Carl. We have to do
Dude,
that one. That's
Hearing
so-
everyone,
That would be so annoying.
but even the bystanders have to do it too. So when they start laughing, it's just contagious.
Yo, someone remind me after I'm gonna message him.
Take notes. Somebody take
I'm gonna
notes.
message him on that.
Harmonica class this week.
Harmonica mouth?
Oh my god. What are you saying though? Masks? Does anyone wear? What fuck?
Does anyone wear a mask while they roll? Because we're still COVID.
Oh, there
yeah,
was
I
one
had a-
kid
I
that
had a-
used to wear one.
There was a
Is there
kid
still-
who used to wear one. There was a new guy who came in.
Oh
I thought I
yeah,
talked
you
about
paired
this.
up. You paired up with him.
I paired up with him. He came in. He's wearing his mask and stuff. And then I was already just kind of like, why are you here? Like this is as close as you're gonna fucking get to trainers,
Yeah,
man.
it's
And
anti-social
like,
distancing.
he goes up to our coach and he's like, hey, like I'm so and so, like just starting. And my coach's like, all right. And then my coach puts out his hand, shake his hand. He's like, how do you want to do this? And my coach's like, just shake my hand. And he's like, oh. And I was like, oh,
Was
it's
it Dave?
yeah, I was like, this is so fucking funny. And then he partners up with me and we're rolling and stuff. I'm like, so you don't mind getting like really fucking close to
Did
me?
you ask him though? Like, did you call him out on it?
No, I was just like, whatever.
I would have. I would have been like, you don't really need a mask, by the way. I'm like, you can take it off now. It's
I was
embarrassing.
like, if it's a
Is he like?
safety
Was his
blanket-
mask like sweating?
Yes. It's basically just soaked at the end. I was
So stupid.
like, just left it on the whole time.
The
I
reason
don't
why I was
know how you
asking.
would keep it on. Like it would come off. Like,
Ah,
yeah.
Not everyone tries to stick their fingers in the other person's mouth, Carl. It's just you.
it's effective.
It is effective. That would shut me up. The reason I was asking is because there was a new study that was released. Apparently, the uglier you are, the more likely you are to wear a mask still. That's not even a joke. It's a legit study.
Well, I believe that before COVID. Like,
I wore masks all the time.
yeah, absolutely. No, I
I don't know why I giggle like that. I was like,
don't doubt that in the slightest.
in post-COVID era,
Yo,
according
but
to the
it's,
study.
I can't lie. Mask would probably be pretty nice in this cold ass weather.
Yeah, so that was the one thing I did like about the mask is because now I feel weird wearing it in public. Obviously, no one's gonna.
Yeah, careful
I
with
guess
the-
some people may judge you still.
Fuck 'em.
But the one thing I didn't like was like the cloth masks were starting to freeze
I never
from the
had-
condensation from your
Oh,
breathing.
really? I had not experienced
Oh,
that.
bro! Like so, like I would take it off after, and it would like hold the same shape as if I didn't take it off. I'm like, okay.
Oh shoot! I don't remember being out in the cold that long with my mask on.
God damn.
Do you ever go outside?
Yes,
I guess I walk his dog, bro.
twice
Liar.
a day.
Yeah. Also, staying warm. Masks are good for. Also, sleeping in public. Masks are great for. Absolutely. No one's gonna slip their fingers or popcorn in your mouth while you're sleeping.
Oh, dude, I don't want the popcorn. Though. I'd take my mask off for free popcorn.
He starts chewing it in his sleep.
yeah, just loving it.
I have a love-hate relationship with popcorn because I love it, but every time I eat popcorn, I get kernel in between my
Stuck in-
teeth,
yeah.
and it brutally like blood, like
Oh.
like worse than dentist.
You know, if you floss once in a while, that'll stop that.
Sorry, what? I like the dance. I do it every day, right? Like, in the
Floss all
bathroom.
time.
While,
My teeth are still shit. yeah. Floss
I
all
always tell my dentist too, because I'll be like, because she'll like be like, so have you flossed? I'm like, last time I was here, yeah, and that's the last time. Like, I always tell her like, either that or like I'll floss for like 2 weeks after we leave because you encourage me, and then there's no more motivation. Like if you FaceTime every once in a while, and reminded me, I'm like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
I'll do
Yeah,
it.
do your job.
I'll do it. I'll
Put in
pay.
the effort.
Yeah, it's like if I'm paying dentists this much, you guys should be FaceTiming me and updating me. You guys should FaceTime me every time I brush my teeth. Be like, yeah, good job. You
How
sang
much do
happy
you really
birthday
care?
twice.
Yeah. How much do you really
Yeah,
care?
just because how am I going to sing happy birthday to myself when I'm brushing my teeth? It's inefficient. Because
Yeah.
they're always saying you have to sing happy birthday once. Who's going to sing it if I'm brushing my teeth?
Yeah. No, I can't sing
Yeah,
while doing it.
I'm
I
not.
can't do
Yeah,
it.
it's so stupid. Like,
No.
where's the dentist?
It's dumb.
And same thing when
Yeah.
they floss me, I want the same treatment.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Boom.
And like, kiss my hand and chin like.
So I went to the dentist like 2 weeks ago or something like that, and the classic question, they're like, how often do you floss? And I was like, honestly, maybe 3-4 times a week. They're like, okay, like that's good, but like you gotta get those numbers up to like every day. And then I don't know how we came up to it, where we ended up talking about like how I do jits. She's like, oh, like how often do you like train? And I was like, probably like at least 5 or 6 times a week,
More than you
more
floss.
than I floss. And she's like, okay, the fact that you said that is a problem. I was like, that's because I care about jits. I was like, I don't care about flossing. And she was just like, oh.
Don't I pay you guys for this? Like,
Yeah,
you know, if I
do your
floss,
job.
you guys would lose.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have a job if I didn't floss.
Boom.
You should be thanking. You should be telling me to floss less because I'm keeping you employed,
Yeah.
baby.
Should be telling me to eat shit, literally.
Yeah.
My dentist used to make jokes about signing. He's like, sign my petition to take fluoride out of the tap water. I don't want fluoride in the tap
Yeah.
water. It's taking away my business.
That's jokes. That's good.
No, but yeah, I got into the habit of doing it years ago. Like I wasn't always good with it until my mid-20s, and then now I just can't. I can't go a day
Without
flossing.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it's just not even like you're not even really cleaning your teeth without it.
It's like wiping after you've used the bidet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly.
I feel
That's a
you.
really good analogy.
Yeah.
It's like once you have that wash lid,
Yeah.
just wiping,
game
it's
over.
disgusting.
Oh, I feel
Like, I
terrible.
have to shower
Barber- yeah.
or I have to use the wash lid.
Yeah, might as well just use sandpaper.
Yeah.
Just not getting the job
or
done.
just not.
I just after like if I'm in a
Just
place
stand
that,
up and walk away.
if I'm in a place that doesn't have like a washlet or a bidet or anything, like after I shit, I just put my hand in the water and just.
With the shit still in there?
Yeah, yeah.
Like before you flush?
Yeah, I'm same. I don't want to flush and then reuse that way. Yeah, flush.
It's a waste of
twice.
water.
Waste
You
of
don't-
What would
So
Greta Thunberg think?
Exactly. So I just splash it up a little.
But
bit
this
and
says water is already contaminated. You don't do like the and get like the loogie to
and then
drip
like
down.
while it's dripping, I like swing so it like swings.
This is actually grossing me out.
contraction. And then you're basically fully connected from ass to mouth. Because it's one full connection.
Yeah.
Do you get better service that way?
You
Because
know
it's
the,
not
What is
wireless.
it called? Is it Ouroboros, the snake that eats its tail?
Or
Oh, is that what it's called?
Orbos?
it's called.
Orbos, right? Orbos?
The snake that
That's
it's eating
Oikos.
itself.
No, Orbo.
That's yogurt.
That is yogurt.
Jamie, can we look that up?
Oikos.
I think it's Ouroboros, the snake that's eating itself. I don't know what it symbolizes. In
Just me
infinity
when I'm hungry.
and beyond. Carl trying to suck his own wang.
It's the same when you put an extension cord, you plug it into itself. Why isn't it working, Elon? Explain.
My cousin did that once.
Please explain.
When I'm moving in, they're setting up the house. She plugs the fucking power bar into itself. And she's like, "Why isn't it working?" We're like, "That doesn't. That's nothing.
There's
You
no
just
source.
did nothing."
But what if it worked?
That'd be
Ouroboros.
crazy. Is it? That's the snake.
The ancient symbol depicting a serpent or dragon eating its own tail.
What is it? Why?
You want me to get into it?
I'd like you to really get into it.
Like, what is it? What is it?
I want you to act
It's
it
an
out.
ancient symbol depicting a serpent or dragon eating its own tail. The Ouroboros entered Western tradition by ancient Egyptian iconography and the Greek
Hey, Greek, babe,
magical tradition.
listen up. These are your
Magical
people.
tradition.
It was adopted as a symbol of Gnosticism and Hermeticism.
Okay.
Great.
Hermeticism, yeah.
I don't know what that means.
And most notably in alchemy.
Alchemy.
Oh, so
Sick.
yeah, that is most
The term
notable.
derives from the ancient Greek, and it's written in Greek. Can't read
Let me see. I'm gonna try.
that. It's written in Greek.
I'm gonna
letters.
try it. As if it was English letters. Upobapa. Is it Greek? Yeah, it is.
It means olives.
It's often interpreted.
He's
oh
all
wait.
garbage.
The Ouroboros is often interpreted as a symbol for eternal cycle, renewal, or a cycle of life, death, and rebirth.
So is the original Greta. Recycle, save the planet.
Oh.
How does
Recycle
that?
plastics.
How does that have to do with like a never-ending cycle? When the cycle ends once he's done eating.
But how does he
He can't. 'Cause
actually?
he can keep growing because he's eating.
Yeah, but he can't regrow after he's eaten his tail.
Yeah, he
No,
can't.
but like he'll get to a certain point. What is he gonna do? Just fold into nothing?
He'll die, and then the cycle's done
Nah.
because you'll suffocate on his own.
Nah,
Something
he's like-
will eat the
he's
corpse.
like an
There's always
iguana.
like carrion like eaters and stuff like that. Like,
No, in this case, he's trapped
like
alone.
bugs and vultures
Nope.
and stuff.
He's gone.
Yeah, that's true.
Mycelium will just turn him back into
No,
soil.
actually, no. He dies actually in thin air, and there's nothing around him ever.
Turns into nothing.
He evaporates.
So he breaks the laws of physics.
It's called
That's fucking
it's
cool.
called what was it in alchemy? That's in alchemy. Most notable. Yeah, and he's gone.
Well, the father of modern physics was an alchemist. Sir Isaac Newton.
Yep. He was
That's-
an alchemist.
that's right.
True. You think alchemy could be like legit now?
Do you think geology can be legit now? Because that one's always concerning.
No.
Because like,
But I mean, like
how bad
to
do you
the
have
point
to?
where you can manipulate atoms and stuff and turn elements into
I
different
guess in
elements.
nuclear
Yeah.
reactors you can change elements.
Yeah.
You can create
Isn't
new
that-
elements.
We
Yeah,
were
like
talking about like
The
how.
whole periodic table, there's like that whole top section, and there's that bottom section. That's all man-made stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like stuff
Yeah,
that
it's
we
insane.
created. Like
Which is
wasn't in the
fucking
universe
nuts.
before.
We were talking about how crazy the cobalt mining is,
Oh,
and
yeah, it's bad.
like what other solutions are there? And I was like, yeah, like there's got to be a point in
Can we
the
just
very near
recycle
future.
this shit instead of throwing it in the garbage?
Nah, man, that's a lot of work.
But I don't know, like these
Throw it
chips,
out.
like everything in here has to be reusable, right? Can you not
I
melt
don't- I-
cobalt?
It's not refined by the time they process it to go into your phone. There's no way to reverse it, and it won't be refined.
So you
back
can't use
to the
that stuff
battery.
again. It just goes in the trash.
Wasn't
So
like-
so we're gonna run out of that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is can
That's
we
why they have to
artificially
find
make
other
cobalt?
sources.
Like, why not?
We got to find something else other than cobalt, I guess.
But it's okay. But sure. But why can't we just make it?
Oh, you mean like in a reactor? Maybe it just costs
Yeah.
more, takes more energy to make it than it does.
But I just mean like let's say in the next 50 years, do you think
Yeah.
we'll get to a point where
Well, I
like,
think-
reactors
I
and
think
stuff?
the whole key is that thing that they were talking about recently, which is the nuclear fusion.
Yeah.
If they can figure that out to scale,
Yeah. Yeah.
then it's like every problem in the world is solved.
Basically.
Yeah.
You know, we
Like,
say that.
energy is everything, right? So
Yeah.
like even like desalination of water and all that stuff, it's just all dependent on energy. So if you have a limitless supply of energy and it's clean, then
that-
it's like
No,
Yeah. We
Boom.
won. We're done.
boom.
no. But you know what's gonna happen is people are gonna monopolize on that anyway, because any time that we make things more efficient, that should mean that humans spend less time
Well,
doing
yeah,
it.
sure. There's
I
gonna be
would-
a,
I won't
but it's still not gonna be. I don't know. I feel like maybe that's.
I'm glad you won't. But Elon
So we're
will.
good.
Elon will.
Not me though.
I just hope they can figure it out,
I'll
and I hope we figure it out on our side before the Chinese do.
Yes. There's the real.
Oh,
Diluting that way too much.
I think so.
disgusting.
No, that's actually that's all right.
I was
Are
ju-
you not empty?
I was just told.
That's not bad.
Would you like another one? Want me to grab you something?
Sure.
What was it? Okay, yeah, I'll grab you.
So okay, sorry you.
No. I was just thinking about the next thing we could talk about.
Yeah. So here's what we were talking about at work, and I think it's interesting.
Is this you?
I think we're all going to go down the path of AI, thinking it's whack. But here's a specific example. We've all seen deepfakes, right?
Yep.
I haven't. I don't know what is it.
Have you seen the streamers cry over it?
No. But before we get into that, you know what deepfakes are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Like I could put
yeah, your face on
Schwarzenegger's
it.
face on your face.
Exactly.
and
But
make
you can
say
tell.
anything.
Like they look.
Right
they
now
look,
you can.
They look really fucking good.
Right now you
They
can. But
look
it's gonna get to a
still-
point
Yo,
where you
But
can't.
that's
some,
the thing.
no, some of them are so good I couldn't tell.
So
Actually.
let's say it gets to the point where like it's indistinguishable.
It will.
That's fucking Karl
It's scary.
Marx in
It's
the
a
video.
little bit scary.
Do you think you'll be able to sue to get royalties for whatever that video makes?
So it's funny that you say that because there's a thing going on right now where a bunch of popular female Twitch streamers got deep fakes created of them, and a male streamer who's friends with all these, like I think it was like five
I heard
streamers
about that.
had paid to. He's like paid for content. He's like,
He
I
was
want
like
to pay
crying.
to see
He
how
was
good
crying
it was.
about his apology and everything.
Yeah, it was all BS,
ridiculous. Anyway,
right?
Go on.
So he watches him, and he's like, these are really well done, to the point where the female streamers. So the people who made these deepfakes did a lot of research, because I don't know if you know, like obviously, the color of your lips is also the color of your areolas and stuff like that, and your
Oh shit!
and
I
your
didn't know
or
that.
like
Oh,
same thing,
now I know.
Right.
Did you say areolas?
or nipples or
Damn,
whatever
you
you want.
got red nipples.
Areola?
But
Areola.
no, it's because my lips are dry, so it wouldn't be like that.
See.
They're like blood red too.
Your nipples are.
And same thing, like not TMI, but like same thing. A girl's downstairs and a guy's downstairs, same thing. Colors your lips. Like that, your dick head will be the same color as your lips.
Jesus, is that true?
Yes, it is.
I don't know.
So
I'll compare. He's looking at his lips.
I thought he was gonna Google it.
Yeah, I thought he was
No,
gonna
no.
Google it too. I was like,
No,
just
I'm
looking at his
looking,
lips.
So anyway, so people have done research. So they try to.
Let's see. I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
My lips are not.
So they try to make it as accurate as possible. These female streamers saw it, and they're like, "It's crazy that someone else is seeing me naked without my permission." Because like, it's almost like they outed themselves here. But it's like, they've obviously tried to make it as accurate as possible. There's thousands and thousands of footage of this streamer, so they will be like, "Okay, her body type is this, you know, all this good stuff. She'll probably look like this underneath," and they just make it generate AI, and eventually they will guess it accurately. Out of
Sure.
1,000 people making
Sure.
deep fakes, one person will get it where it's like, "Oh, that's pretty close."
Yeah.
So imagine you get that kind of exposure where you're a famous person. Someone gets it pretty accurate. It's out there on the internet. Thousands have watched it. You're like, you almost might feel exposed. You're like,
Absolutely, 100%.
you're like,
Even
that's
if you didn't do anything.
basically me naked, but
You might
it's
as well.
not. Like, it's almost like it is. Like, so they're under that thing right now where they're trying to sue.
So Sandy's spamming me this.
Fucking kissy lips. That's so dope.
Big cow crazy lips.
So, okay, so let's say
Jesus,
someone makes a
hey,
deep
chill
fake, a deep fake porno of you.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Nothing. I don't feel like there's anything I can do. Not at a
You
status.
don't do anything.
What can I do?
Start releasing
Oh my
real
God,
pornos
seriously,
because
Sandy,
who's gonna know now?
chill out.
But doesn't that make it worse? Because then people can
Don't matter.
deep fake and find like a real clone-like looking of me.
I wouldn't care. I'd start releasing my own sex
I
tapes
would.
and make my own money off it and be like, if anyone asks me, like, people are deep faking me, man.
No. Oh, that's.
And then you can make the profits off of those things, and you can brush it off to anyone who really cares. Because obviously, the only reason you don't do it, maybe I want to speak for you. You tell me. The only reason I don't do it is because I don't want anyone who I know seeing shit. I would hate for my cousins to stumble upon the video, or my kid in the future stumble upon the
Yeah.
video. I would hate it.
No,
But if this
That's not
deepfake
the,
shit,
that's not the reason why I don't do
this
it.
deepfake shit going around
There's
now,
more.
though, I could be like, nah, man, the internet's a crazy thing. It ain't me. But meanwhile, yeah, it fucking is. I guess it's the room. If like I did it in this room, I'd be like, that Lee, that's you, man. I know that wall.
But it's just so funny because it's everything about that, and plus like imagine like you do it now where you don't have popularity. It's like, Dad, I obviously know you
Yeah,
do it.
no
The
one's
only
gonna
other two
deepfake
people who
you.
liked it is Lucas and Maddie.
Yeah.
Like I know it's you.
Yeah.
It's like how do you know it's Lucas and Maddie? Matt fan 6969 liked this photo. We all know who that is.
Yeah, it's true. I guess that part's
That is crazy though.
I think the scariest thing about the deepfakes when they get really, really good is like political stuff, right?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
you know, like somebody's running for president and somebody could just make a video of them, like, you know,
Doing blackface.
screwing sheeps and stuff like that. or
but
whatever.
we,
It's
but
like,
we
hey,
almost might come.
how do you know it's not him? Like, you can't even tell, even if you like
Yeah.
analyze the data on the video or whatever. You won't be
Oh,
able
you
to
can.
tell.
Well, that's where
No, you can now.
the
Yes.
FBI will have
Right
to
now,
step.
yes.
Will have to step in because same thing. You know, like the whole like, what was the Capitol riots in the States?
Mm-hmm.
There was a cop who deleted the photo off his phone. So he took the selfie. A week later, deleted the photos, and like this was obviously over a year ago now. FBI went through their whole records and they were able to produce that photo and show them what time it was deleted, what time it was produced, and all that good stuff. I'm like, how the fuck, man? But obviously, anytime you do something, it's logged. If I send a text saying hi, there's a log of it somewhere,
Sure.
right? Of all my text messages and stuff. So like, you have to assume none of your stuff is safe at that point.
That's why
Yeah.
they say
Especially
that,
for
like,
legal
what is
action.
it? Like, they say only, like, 1% of the data on the internet's on Google. That's because
Yeah.
the rest of it is garbage.
Yeah.
Like, it's shit like that that's just floating around
Oh,
that
yeah.
nobody cares about.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Me sending myself grocery lists 5 times a week.
Yeah.
About
I'd
get
like-
Oikos, get Oikos.
I'd like to see that on my Google.
you
Results.
you forgot Oikos. You forgot Oikos again.
I was
Idiot.
so pissed. I went to Costco today, and I need new protein powder because I used all mine up. Bought all the things on my list. Walked out. Didn't get my fucking protein powder. And going to Costco is a mission. You guys know that. Like getting parking.
Oh my
Even
god.
just getting a lab. Especially if you're going in for one item. Like if I'm gonna go in again, okay, I'm getting a cart full of shit.
Yeah.
So walk in with one item, stand in that line.
I went last week.
Fuck.
Self
I
checkout.
actually got mad.
Still.
I'm like, I hope these guys tank and go out of business. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
There's no way a store should ever be like this.
I love that place. I still love it.
You know, it's a guilty pleasure because you'll always find something where like, damn, maybe I
No,
should get some
I've-
T-shirts.
Me and Sandy were like,
I came in for
never
food.
again. I'll never get a membership again.
Really?
Fuck it. I'm never getting
I
it again.
love
You know what the worst
Costco.
part is? That CIBC
No,
tried to
it's
sell
just
me
too
on a
stressful. Just
Costco
even fucking
Visa.
driving into the parking lot stressful.
So you get a membership tied to your interest rate for your.
Yeah.
You know how like your card will have
Yeah, yeah.
annual fees.
Yeah.
So it'll be like your annual fees go up from like let's say $99 a year to like $130, but you get a Costco membership linked to it and cash back. And I'm like,
That's it.
damn man, that's pretty good incentive because you get cash back on non-Costco related purchases either way.
You guys are sheep. I'm not listening to this.
Here's the thing.
I
hate
wouldn't
Costco.
follow.
You
I
just-
would
you just
do
need
it.
the-
But
You need to go at the right time.
yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
it is.
like 6 a.m. on a Saturday.
No, literally, I go at 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm in and out in
Okay.
15 minutes.
Yes, 9 o'clock on a Saturday. Yes, but as soon as you get to like 10:30,
Yes. You're
fucking
fucked.
zoo. It's
You
a zoo.
might as well wait.
Okay, but
I'm lucky enough that I live like 5 minutes away. You guys will be in the same position where you can go whenever you want and you're pretty fucking good.
Wednesday morning.
Wednesday, boom. Yeah, 9 o'clock.
so the thing is, the
you
last
go
times
in and open, you're out.
the last times I went to Costco, I didn't even get anything other than their food court items anyway. We walked around. Like, even last time we were looking at sectionals just to get an idea. Then we looked at other stuff like a stand-up freezer. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. We went to the food court, got our hot dogs. I got poutine, and we did.
Just the hot dog?
No, hot dog and drink.
No, but I mean like when you got the drink, but rookie, next time you get the slice of pizza with it. Throw out the bun, roll the hot dog up in the slice of pizza.
ooh.
Yeah, you thank me later.
Actually, that kind of sounds gross.
No.
Is it a regular hot dog or all beef hot dog?
It's all beef hot dog.
Are you sure?
Yes.
It's not the Polish one because you can get Polish.
You
or
can
beef.
get the Polish one as well, but you
Okay,
get the
that
hot
I
dog
would do.
Yo, it's solid. Throw a little ketchup and mustard
But
on
like
it, roll that
regular
shit
hot
up.
dogs, like those
Woo!
Shopsies hot dogs, they're
No, it's-
disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Hooves
Yeah,
and
but-
snouts,
Get
no
that-
thanks.
Yeah, you don't want those ones.
Just like regular ballpark Franks, they're disgusting.
Oh, so sorry.
I still like.
So to go back.
I see your point.
So
It's a
to
guilty
go back
pleasure.
a little bit to the whole AI thing. So I on Reddit follow /r/Tinder just because it's cool because you'll see everyone be like, oh, how's my profile? And you get to, it's almost like roast me. Sometimes it's like the roast me channel, right?
Oh, those are.
But the one thing is I started realizing is that people will post their biography and it's always lame and I'm like, okay, why don't people just use Chat GBT and be like, write something funny, write something interesting on our dating profile, and let Chat GBT. If you don't have a personality enough where you can't even write a proper bio, you might as well use something copy and paste. It's better than writing nothing. And
Yeah.
so I was thinking it, and then another post I saw where someone's like, why don't you try using Chat GBT? Here, I'll generate one for you. And he wrote it, and it was like quite a witty profile. It was like, write, make me sound interesting is what he input into Chat GBT. It's like, hey, I'm this. I like to do so and so occasionally, and it like kind of like threw like a plot twist where it was like a funny humorous thing. It's like occasionally rather than crossing bridges, I get too scared to fall, so I don't like something like that, right? Like, and I'm like, pretty witty. It's still better than half the profiles that I'll see. And I'm like, damn, what? I wonder if, because there's so many bots and stuff on those things now,
Yeah.
that even those bots can just Chat GBT their whole profile. Make me a fake dating profile.
Yeah.
And they'll generate you
Well,
images
some
now.
student just
Yeah.
recently, I think it was this week, he
Came out
created
with
a-
research
yeah,
to debunk it.
Yeah, so he came up with an app or whatever that
Show the
professors
students
can
the-
use to make
yeah.
sure their kids are the students aren't writing their essays with ChatGPT or whatever. it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That alone is already crazy. Like, yes, Chat GBT is insane.
And then being
But
able
then
to
now,
track.
Yeah, like, wow, I don't even know how.
I guess
How
because
fuck
you
you
just you get its code and you find out how it processes the information, and then you get a code that can read the way it processes. Like if it follows the same pattern as ChatGPT, it's ChatGPT,
It's maybe.
right? Because no one organically would write the exact same way as ChatGPT. Or maybe there is someone in the world who writes exactly like the same method where
There's
it's like
there's probably like
face
little
to face.
micro things that we just never notice as
Maybe.
humans. Little micro things in the way it's written. Like,
it's all coding, right? It's
But
Yeah.
still, like, if you need to create the app that catches those things, you need to know those things.
maybe.
like you need to have a piece of its code. It's almost like
Yeah.
Like, you need to know what you're looking for to look
Yeah.
for.
the way
Or
I
you
always
have to
use
know the code that made it so you can
Like, yeah.
counteract it. Yeah.
it's like antibiotics, right? Like you need to have first the agent. You have a little piece of it, and then you can finally discover. Okay, well, this is how it breaks down, and then it does the rest, right? So it's kind of similar.
That stuff's fucking crazy, though.
It is insane because it's also just crazy to see how much more fake content comes out. But then we're gonna go full 360 one day, because even like before you were able to kind of say what you want on video, kind of get away with it, like way back when we were kids, right? Now you can't get away with anything because it's all live. Eventually you'll be able to get away with it because you'll post something redundant or sorry, racist or offensive, and be like, that wasn't me, that was Chat GBT, that wasn't me who said it, someone else made that fake content. You can almost start going 360 and always saying that all of this shit's fake.
So the whole Rob Ford thing, smoking a crack pipe,
Yeah,
he would have totally got away with that now.
If he said
It was a
yes,
deepfake.
someone
Yeah.
made
Yeah, back then it was like deepfakes weren't a thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
He would have been like, no, that's not me.
Me and my brother were talking about how we think like AI and stuff is gonna send us backwards because like kids are gonna have to handwrite their essays now.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Before I heard about the student who counteracted it, like what's your way out? Handwrite it in front of me.
Yeah.
That's how you're doing all your homework now.
Same thing. I want to make
Or
sure
just,
that
it's on you to be honest and actually want to learn.
That's true
So-
too, because you're gonna fail at some point
Yeah.
because you don't have the
Yeah,
knowledge.
you're gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
But to be honest,
But you might have a big generation of just idiots, and like
We're
a few
getting
like
there.
special people. Yeah, it's true.
We're getting there.
Actually, our schooling system's pretty bad. It's all about
Yeah.
hey, let's make our statistics look better. Let's not really
It's
worry about
stupid,
how
right?
smart the kids are.
Yeah, our school
Like, we just
system's
want our
terrible.
stats to look better.
it's always been like that though. It's always been like
No, it has.
It's
but
always
it's just
been-
getting worse. It seems.
memorization over actually learning it. Because if you can just remember the information you learn rather than actually applying it, that's more important. If you can remember it and remember word for word from the textbook, oh, this is what it
It's
said.
terrible. I hate that.
But yeah, you won't be able to apply it.
Regurgitating knowledge is whack.
But
Applicable knowledge is everything.
that's always been majority of our education though. It's
Yeah.
been
Yeah, but how else do you do it though? I guess like you can't unless you have like you don't have that many resources to devote that much time to figure out what each kid needs.
No, you
Like you got a
don't. No,
class
which is why
full-
I think homeschooling's gonna be the shit. I
No.
dig it.
I think
I
most
love-
parents are lazy, dude.
I agree. I do.
Most parents
I
are
think the
lazy as
idea,
shit.
the idea of homeschooling is the way out. But
Most
you're
parents
absolutely
are
right.
tired.
Most
Most
parents
parents
aren't
are
gonna
just like, oh
For sure.
shit, you do it.
Yeah.
I'm paying my taxes so you can do this shit because I'm
Yeah.
too tired. I'm too busy. I got work. I got to cook dinner. I got.
That is
Yeah,
the
it
reality
is.
of the
Yeah.
situation.
I would say school is more babysitting than anything. In
But
fact,
is it a problem? I don't know. Like we need to have people that fill those roles, right? Like
we need the NPCs.
no, we need teachers. Like we need.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah,
I thought you
yeah,
meant
yeah,
like
I
we need
agree.
people dumb enough to just go with the
No.
flow.
We need people to like fill that to fill that gap,
that
right?
need.
Because
There is a
as a
demand,
parent,
yeah.
you have like a certain amount of bandwidth you can give
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
still live like a happy life.
You also
You don't
need
wanna
to
just-
revamp the curriculum though. Like, why
Yeah.
are they not learning mortgages? Why are they not learning
Yes,
cooking?
yeah,
Why are they not learning investments?
learning,
Teaching
yeah,
them
money
Shakespeare?
management and shit. Like, yeah, that's
Stupid.
huge. Like, I know
But
nothing.
you know what?
I think cooking can be an elective, but the rest for sure.
But you know what though?
should
A
be.
lot of people have said that it's a political
I think
thing.
in today's day and age, sure, you can order everything. Like knowing
That's
no,
the problem.
knowing how to cook is a luxury. And it's funny. Sorry, I know you're gonna try to say
That's
it, but
You
it's.
can learn online.
I
too.
know we kind of mentioned it before in another podcast, but it was something that Andrew Tate was saying is like, cooking is a luxury. Like if you're not super rich, why are you wasting hours of your day cooking? I don't agree with that necessarily.
No, because it's like it's fun.
It's fun.
like,
it's
you enjoy it.
therapeutic.
Yeah, it is.
if it's
You
something
learn.
enjoy, it's a skill.
It's a
to
science.
have.
Baking
It's
is a
something-
science.
It's also something that could lead to you making money. So why aren't you?
Dude, that
Either
Andrew,
way.
Andrew Tate.
I kind of dig him. Kind of.
There's been some stuff that he said. I'm just like,
Yeah,
this
some-
guy is full of shit.
some
He
of
says
it's-
shit weird. Yes,
He's
absolutely.
full of shit.
Some of it's really left wing.
So he's
right?
got a lot of money, but he's full of shit on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, some of
Yeah.
it's whack. But then some of it's like just him being blatantly. Well, obviously,
Just
a lot of
trying
it
to be
is
controversial.
him being honest.
Is
But
he
yeah,
just like
some-
a young Donald Trump?
Some of it's overly controversial.
Basically,
He's like a young Donald
Basically.
Trump.
Some of
Where
it's
like
a little
some
too
of
out
the
there.
shit he says, it's like, okay, it's
I see where you're
I
going.
see what you're saying, but
You're saying
still
it like an
a
idiot.
casual racist asshole.
Yes. Yeah.
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 His delivery is.
Huh?
Nope. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
That was just.
Welcome, guys. We're just starting up the
Welcome back.
episode.
Yeah. So his delivery is very wrong sometimes, but I think it's entirely for the clicks. I think he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I think he's a smart guy.
But he's still probably teaching things that are outside of school that could be healthier than certain things you learn in school. But
100%.
to go back to the whole school thing, a lot of what people have said is the reason why they're not updating this curriculum to stuff that's really relevant is because the people who really can control and dictate what's in those schools are the people who don't want you to be smarter than them. Because if these kids start learning that, oh, this is how taxes work. Oh, I'm realizing that I'm getting charged when I get paid. Like I'm getting taxed when I get paid and taxed when I purchase something. That's not fair. Then they start questioning the government, and the government has to be like,
Hey, wait.
shit, we're getting
What's
caught.
even worse is when you save that money after it's already been taxed.
Yeah.
And you want to pull it out, you get taxed on it
Again.
again.
Yeah,
That's
it's fucking-
why
And then
need
you want to
a
buy
ta-
something with that
Tax
tax
again.
money,
Yeah.
you get taxed again.
And then on top of the
Holy
taxing,
shit, that shit should be illegal.
these
Yeah.
banks try to put annual fees on all their product now. They try to have nothing that's free unless you're a student.
Yeah.
So then, not only are you paying taxes, you're also paying private business fees. And then that becomes a whole nother shit show of things, right?
It's funny that you say that though, because Neil deGrasse Tyson was saying just about the same thing. That like the people who, and I don't know how serious he was with it, but he was drawing the same parallels that you were. That the people who own the schools and the people who are running the education system kind of have
Monopoly.
this agenda to like, well, we can't have you getting too smart now because we've got this is a business.
It's true.
At the end of the day.
Well, think about this, like, because
In my way.
we're learning stuff in school that we would consider irrelevant. Like, I think over the fact of, let's say, I'm gonna hope that I use the right example. Like, we're trying to learn or teach kids to be very PC. You can't say this, you can't say that. How about we teach them about taxes and stuff? You know, how to function as a person in society, what their income happens, and those things they'll learn through human interaction. Like that stuff, you kind of
Or-
don't need school to be teaching you
Or
how
instead
to do.
of teaching kids how to, I mean, you can do both, I guess. But you could say, okay, kids, you know, if you say something like this, it could hurt this person's feelings. But you could also say, listen, it's a tough world out there. Sometimes people are going to say shit that you don't like, and you're going to have to learn how to live
Take it
with
on the
it.
chin.
You're going to have to.
Yeah.
You're not
deal with
always going to be happy with things that people say.
Yeah.
Like,
This isn't-
sometimes your feelings are going to get hurt.
Yeah,
Sorry.
This isn't Wonderland.
Yeah.
Or the other thing, like, take things for a grain of salt. If you disagree with something, question it and do research. Because there's times where people are going to say things and saying it as if it's a fact, and it's inaccurate, right? That's just the way things are. Like,
We
people will hear a story from one person and be like, oh, well, my buddy said that, you know, there used to be cars that run on just water. But I don't know if that's accurate. Maybe I don't think it's accurate. I should go Google it. And maybe it is accurate. Maybe it's not. Like, do your own research too. But then, that's the problem, is then there's so much research out there. Then you run into catch-22. Well, if you go rate shopping, if I say, why water cars were so great, I'll find a list of solutions why they were great. But if I Google, were there really water cars, what if the answer was no? Then because I already went one direction, and I just went down a rabbit hole. So you gotta also leave it open-ended. I don't know. It's tricky. There's not really winning, but that's the problem with school, is that I find like all the things that they're like, oh, we should put this and that in the curriculum. I'm like, I don't think so. Like, I feel like that's not really like stuff that, in my opinion, kids need to learn. I think what kids need to learn is how to, do those things and understand money and stuff like
I
that.
think that's
right?
always going to
Yeah.
be the issue, though, is because there's just so many people. Everyone's going to have a different opinion on what
Yeah,
their kids
exactly.
should be taught.
Yeah.
So even if we did everything that you think is awesome, there's going to be other people like, no, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
They don't need to know all this. They
Hey,
need, what
it's
about
not
this
up
stuff?
to you to
What about
teach
this
my
stuff?
kids that. It's up to me.
Exactly. So there's never going to be any winning.
Yeah.
But I think there is a large collective opinion that right now it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what? Again,
this ain't it.
I do feel like
Yeah.
it's going to be on the parents again to make sure that their kids are a functional part of society. Like, you can't rely on schools to do all of the work. You still, as a parent, have a responsibility to teach your kid how to be a person too.
Like I said, I think extracurricular
Totally.
learning is the most is the best shit. That's where I did the vast majority of my real life day to day applicable knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
Is extracurricular. One, because there's an interest in it. Like I'm pursuing it because I'm interested. I'm not forced to do it, so I'm obviously going to retain more knowledge there. But yeah, as you grow older, your priorities change, your outlooks change. Honing in on those things, like you study what's relevant.
Same thing. I found that most of my knowledge has actually come from work. Like
Okay,
when I went into working, I started realizing, oh, this is how a business operates. I never knew that. This is how supply chain works. This is how shipping works. Logistics. Like I learned a lot of my day-to-day experiences through work and not from school. I did not learn how a truck goes from one place to the other and how costs work of, well, you pay a certain wage and a product price and it goes up this way and that's why they pay you a certain amount, what a margin is. You don't even know what margin of sale is until you go into business, right? Schools don't teach you.
Well, it's not butter, right? Margarine?
No. Margin is not butter.
Yeah.
I can't believe it's not, though.
That's crazy.
It could
I
be.
could go for so long, but unfortunately, folks, we're out of time. What are you grateful for, Carl?
I'm grateful for beautiful butterflies.
I don't think they can see it because your shirt's all wrinkly and
I
shit.
know. And butterflies that carry knives.
And I am grateful for butterfly knives. Completely separate from this. I like butterfly knives. I think they're cool. In every movie, when someone tries to show off and they have a knife, it's always a butterfly knife.
Yeah.
And it is cool.
What's the best
AKA
knife
the
to-
balisong.
Okay. What is that?
I don't know what that means.
That's
But I take
it's a
offense to
butterfly
that.
knife.
I take offense to that. So
Okay.
you can't say that anymore.
I'm grateful that no one has, to this date, made a deep fake porno of me. But if it ever does come out, send me the link. I'd like to see how I do. I'd like to see
But
what
who are
kind
you
of...
banging in the morning?
That one, who am I banging? I want to see who they think, like, matches up. Like,
What if they
put
chose
in my
someone?
league.
What if they chose someone that's like?
Yeah, what if it's like a gay porno?
Oh,
Not that there's
damn.
anything wrong with it, but like that's just not me. Like, don't project me that way. Also, I'm very curious to see what body they put me on.
Do you have to touch the other guy?
It's the only concern, right? Don't have to touch the other guy. I'm just fucking him. I don't want to touch him.
Ew.